welcome back to Candi's Clubhouse. Today we are celebrating Easter!
Candi's Clubhouse.
Many people around the world are celebrating Easter because it is the day that Jesus rose from the dead and became alive again. So many families celebrate Easter by having Easter dinner, by going to church, and the most fun part for kids is Easter egg hunt. How many of you enjoy Easter egg hunts? Yeah? What are some of the goodies that you find in your eggs? Candy? Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, I love Easter egg hunts as well. As a matter of fact, my church is having an Easter egg hunt, and Miss Candi is going to be helping out with the event, making sure all the boys and girls have an amazing time celebrating Easter. And today on Candi's Clubhouse, Miss Candi actually has a surprise guest for you. Boys and girls, say hello to Peter. Hi, Peter. Looks like Peter has brought us some gifts. What do we have here, Peter? Eggs. Peter has brought us some eggs in honor of Easter and all the Easter egg hunts that you guys are going to be doing. What's that, Peter? Peter hopes that you guys enjoy your story time for today. Let's get into it. So today on Candi's Clubhouse for our Read Aloud, we do have an Easter book that we'd like to share with all of you beautiful boys and girls. The book that we have here today in honor of Easter is Ernest's First Easter by Paivi Stalder, illustrated by Frauke, Weldin. Let's get started. It was Ernest's first Easter. We'll give you just one house to start with, said his dad. Tommy's house. You can learn the ropes there. Take your time, said his mom. Look for the perfect hiding place. Don't break the eggs, said his sister Elsie. Ernest had been preparing all week. He had marked Tommy's house with a big red X on his map. He had painted his eggs in brilliant colors. Then he had packed them up ever so carefully. Ernest was ready. Ernest found Tommy's house in no time. What luck! There was a flower pot right outside the kitchen window. Ernest climbed on top of it and up onto the windsill. Crash! Oh no! A flower pot fell to the floor and broke into 100 pieces. Had it awoken anyone? Ernest held his breath. The house was silent. Whew! That was a close call. Tommy's room was just down the hall. Ernest slipped inside. Tommy was in bed, sound asleep. Now to find the perfect hiding place. In the fire truck? In the wastebasket? In the toy box? Then Ernest spotted a basket with a pillow inside it. What could be more perfect? The eggs would be really safe there. Suddenly, Ernest's whiskers started to tremble. Someone is coming! Ernest dropped the eggs into the basket and hid behind the toy box. A nose poked through the door. A dog! He walked straight to the basket and climbed in. Oh no! Ernest had hidden his eggs in the dog basket. What was he going to do now? Ernest plucked up his courage. He hopped over to the dog basket. Excuse me, in a very polite whisper, you are sitting on the Easter eggs. The dog blinked. Who are you? He asked. Are you new? I'm Ernest, said Ernest, and this is my very first Easter. I'm Fred, said the dog. Thought you were new. Said Ernest. The eggs? Oh yes, said Fred. Let's check, shall we? What a relief! Not a single egg had broken. I have to find the perfect hiding place, said Ernest. But where? Not here, said Fred. In the toy box, Ernest suggested. They were there last year, said Fred. The wastebasket? Asked Ernest. The year before, said Fred. Let's see where Ernest gets to hide the eggs this year. How about Tommy's backpack, said Ernest. Been there too, said Fred. This was harder than Ernest had expected. You can do it, said Fred. You new ones always find the best hiding places. Just keep looking. Where would you hide the eggs if you were Ernest? Ernest looked all around the room. Then he looked again. And sure enough, there it was. The perfect hiding place. Good morning, Fred, said Tommy as Ernest scrambled out the window just in time. Do you know where the Easter Bunny left my eggs? Fred knew, all right, but Fred wasn't telling. Tommy looked in the toy box. No eggs there. He looked inside his fire truck. No eggs there either. He emptied his wastebasket. No eggs. He dumped out his backpack. Still no eggs. I think the Easter Bunny forgot me, said Tommy sadly. Fred jumped out of his basket. It was time to give Tommy a hint. There on the windsill, tucked among Tommy's stuffed frog, donkey, and dinosaur, were the beautiful Easter eggs. Oh, look, cried Tommy. The Easter Bunny didn't forget me. These are the best eggs ever, and what a great hiding place. Fred hurried outside to give Ernest the good news. You did it, Ernest, he said. You found the perfect hiding place. Congratulations. Thanks, Fred, said Ernest. I couldn't have done it without you. See you next year. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for tuning into our wonderful, wonderful story here celebrating Easter, titled Ernest's First Easter by Paivi Stalder, illustrated by Frauke, Weldin. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful Easter book we were able to share with you here at Candi's Clubhouse. I hope you've had some really cool, fun, and rewarding Easter egg hunts. And I encourage you to read more books about Easter and learn more about this wonderful, wonderful holiday that comes around every single year. So before we leave, boys and girls, we're going to do our great big ol' hug, because I can never, ever, 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 ever let you leave without giving you a great big ol' hug. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Great big ol' hugs. From me to you, from you to me, for being a faithful, faithful Candi Clubhouse goer, for coming here, hanging out with me, and reading some awesome books, right? And getting to meet some of my really cool friends that like to hang out at the Clubhouse as well. So I will see you next time, boys and girls. Take care and have an awesome week, and happy Easter!